This week, we bring you a special edition of Hey Neighbor. Jack McMurray, who is a freshman at St. John Fisher University, also a close family friend. We've known Jack since, I don't know if he was in diapers, but it was pretty close. I remember him playing t-ball, and he grew up and graduated with our son, Tyler. Jack is back for the summer, and he is the summer intern for the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dawgs. Travis Heiser, the owner and general manager of the Diamond Dawgs, been doing it 15, 16 years now, does a tremendous job of involving fans and community and small business support, and just always puts a great product on the field. So today, Kelly and I have a conversation with Jack about all of the exciting moments and opportunities and plans that are in store for the 2024 Mohawk Valley Diamond Dawgs season. All right, Jack McMurray, Mohawk Valley Diamond Dawgs, summer intern. Is that really your title? Just summer intern?
Yeah, that's fine. That's the official title they gave me.
I looked online. I'm like, there's got to be some cool name, some cool title they've given them. They've got all these cool titles. Then they get to Jack, the last person on the staff, and it's like summer intern.
Hey, I'm happy with it.
Is there a hazing?
No, not really. I mean, he's been pretty relaxed with me. He's helped me out a lot so far. He's actually let me do my own thing too. He's left me in charge of group ticket sales and also securing post-game meals. And then I also manage like player appearances in the community too.
Oh, cool.
So like he's been like, he'll check in with me about once or twice a week, making sure everything's going good. And if I have a question, he'll answer it. But other than that, he's pretty much let me do my own thing and figure it out for myself, which I think will probably help me a lot.
Absolutely. So he is Travis Heiser. Travis is the owner and general manager of the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dawgs in Little Falls. Jack is attending St. John Fisher University. We tell everybody, no one cares, but we went there back when it was just a college.
Yeah, it looks nothing like
the early days.
It looks now. Yeah.
They've done a lot over the last couple of years, and they're continuing to do stuff too.
Jack, what are you studying there?
I'm studying sport management and marketing.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's gone great. Love my professors, love the community, love the area. It's a great
What would
time.
be your dream job?
I don't really know. I mean, I'm really interested in the sport marketing side of sports. I've always been really interested in becoming an agent in the future, but I don't know if I'd have to go to law school for that. So I think this position that I took now is just perfect for me for where I'm at because I get to do a little bit of everything and just get to get my foot in the door in the sport industry.
I like it. Jack, Jerry Maguire. Show him the money. So what's the role consist of? You hit on it a little bit. You talked about, group sale tickets and player appearances. I didn't realize there were post-game meals. What is that?
So basically, after each home game, so there's 25, Travis likes to feed all the players and the staff after the game, just so like, especially since a lot of the players are coming from across the country.
Yeah.
They're like living out of dorm rooms. So he feels that if he can feed them after the game, it just helps them out. And just anyway, we're looking to try to get as many donated as possible so we don't have to buy those. So I mean, if you wanted to reach out to me or Travis by your email or social media, which hopefully you guys will leave in the
it'll be on show notes.
It'll be linked.
Awesome. If you guys could reach out, anything helps. So it could be a home cooked meal, could be anything you pick up from like a Walmart or something, or if you want to buy something from a restaurant for us, that'd be perfect and it'd help out the team a lot.
No, it's cool. I had no idea.
Great. What makes the Diamond Dawgs experience unique?
I think we are a very grassroots level organization.
Yeah.
I mean, we know we're not going to compete with like the New York Yankees or the Syracuse Mets in Syracuse, but we feel that we can create experiences for the community to come out and just enjoy a baseball game on like a Thursday night or a Friday night. We love getting all the kids out to the park too and just having a good time. I mean, it's all about just getting the community involved in the local area.
How cool is it for you though, going to the games when you were younger? Like I know that our families would always go to the Diamond Dawgs games because they were so close, and now you're actually working for them.
No, it's really cool. I mean, the other day I went up to the field to grab some stuff from the locker room, and just going in the locker room itself and walking around the field, I had a moment where I had to sit back. I was like, wow, I'm really doing this now. It's cool. Because I remember with Tyler especially, we'd go on the tennis courts and play wiffle ball. We'd come back, we'd hound the players for autographs. They probably got really annoyed with us by the end of the year. We'd go out on the field and do like the water balloon toss and stuff. It was just, those were some of my best memories in the summer, just going to the Diamond Dawgs game. And it felt really cool. And it's going to be awesome now to be working with that and give other kids those experiences too.
Did you play there?
Yeah, we played there in high school once or twice. And then we played there in summer league too a couple of times. Yeah.
Totally not off subject, but there may not be a more poorly designed facility in that, and it's owned by the city of Little Falls. The field is great, but Jack's talking about the tennis courts and the basketball courts next door. Every foul ball goes into those tennis courts. It's like I shouldn't laugh because I'm sure people have gotten hurt, but it's part of the experience. Just watching the foul balls go over to the courts, which are packed with kids.
Yeah, I remember being there as a kid, and every 2 minutes, you're heads up from the stands. We're all ducking and waiting for the foul ball to come. We're chasing it,
and then chasing the ball.
I remember everybody saying "ooh" every time a car got hit, which is just a nightly occurrence. But it's all about the summer baseball fun. I mean, that's part of it,
Yeah,
absolutely. Boys of summer. This is correct me if I mess this up, perfect game wooden bat league.
Perfect game collegiate baseball league.
Okay,
yeah. But we do use wooden bats. Yeah,
I threw wooden bats in there.
Yeah.
So it features college kids from all over the country. So any big name players is someone that, if I do want an autograph this summer, I should look for this guy because he's got the biggest potential.
We have a lot of talented guys coming in this summer. But one I would like to point out probably would be Luke Nomura from Fairfield University. He started every game this year. He had a 950 OPS, which for those who don't watch baseball was a very good hitter. Yeah. And I think he had like a 95% stolen base percentage too. Yeah. So, I mean, he's going to be a prospect to watch out for in the next couple of years. So we've had a lot of guys come from Fairfield. We had Mike Bichetti last year, who was a second baseman who transferred to Georgia Tech. And in the preseason was listed as one of the top second basemen in the country too. So looks like we'd have good luck with our Fairfield players.
Nice.
Any local people on the team?
Yeah, I don't want to mess his name up. Jack MVDD he pitches at SUNY Poly. He's from Canajoharie. Okay. I haven't met him yet, so I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. But
what was the first name?
Jack.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
Just call him Jack.
Just call him Jack.
Jack.
Okay.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Another thing that's intriguing about this is a lot of times these players come here, and when they're coming from a different place in the country, they look for sponsor homes, right?
Yeah, in some cases, mainly. A lot of the players live above Salvatore's Pizzeria in Herkimer.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Now all the groupies are going to be there. Good job.
Yeah, a couple of times we do have host families we're grateful to them for taking a couple players. And then obviously a couple of players that are more local, they just commute. But yeah.
Cool.
We talked about Kelly's mom being a host mom.
Mizzy wanted to host. Actually, yeah. And I'm like, Mom, I don't.
She would have got the players in trouble. It would have been.
They need to witness Mizzy Olympics this one time.
It does take place during the summer.
Honestly, though, these kids don't have a whole lot of time. So 25 home games, 25 away games, and it's basically just
a 2-month sprint.
June and end of June. But then it's June and July, right?
June and July, and then the playoffs and championship series are end by the first week in August.
Okay, yeah, and then they're back to school.
Yeah, exactly.
Mid-August, yeah.
So it's a sprint, not a marathon.
Yeah, no doubt. And so with that, when Trav's putting a team together, when you look at the roster, they need a ton of pitchers.
They do, yeah. They need a lot of pitchers.
A lot of innings. 7 or 9.
They play 9.
They play a full 9 inning games too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what type of on-field activities do you guys do? For anybody listening that's never been to a Diamond Dawgs game, what sort of things do you do in the middle of, the innings and stuff that are fun?
I think the better question might be what on-field activities don't we do?
Right.
I mean, I remember before games, you could play catch with some of the players.
Yep.
We have a baseball buddies program, which for the national anthem, depending on how many kids we have, they all run out with a player to go out and watch the national anthem, and they talk to the player for a couple minutes. We do the dizzy bat race. We do the human wheelbarrow race. We've had toss a football, toss a water balloon. Yeah. We do a bunch of stuff. And then after the game, kids can run on the bases too. So, I mean, we do a lot of stuff on the field. It just gets the kids and the players involved sometimes too.
Yeah. What are you going to bring into the mix? Come on, there's got to be a Jack McMurray special on-field event that years from now they're still talking about.
I don't know if I'm going to bring my own event. I don't really keep up. I keep up with the trends, I think, but then I see some more stuff on social media that's, I guess, been around for a long time that I have no idea. So, I don't know. I trust Travis. He's done this for a while now. I trust Travis to do what he does. And if he comes to me for a point or help or something, I'm always there for him. But other than that, I think we do everything well so far with getting the kids involved during the games.
Yeah.
All right. We got to talk about the Savannah Bananas. I remember... Gosh, now Trav and I have known each other for 15 years since I opened the agency. I've been sponsoring the team. It's been a great partnership, and he is awesome. I'll say that publicly. And I remember listening to a podcast. I don't know which one it was, but it was the very first time I heard the owner of the Savannah Bananas on, and I was like, holy cow, this is insane. I didn't know about this banana ball thing, right? Well, so I immediately texted it to Trav. I'm like, you aware of this? Like, oh yeah, I'm aware of it. I'm like, you got to turn the Diamond Dawgs into the Bananas, So I guess all kidding aside, what impact has that had on summer league baseball as other teams and now fans kind of know about this? They were up in Cooperstown and Syracuse last year, and there was like $4,000 a ticket.
Yeah.
It was like ridiculous. So how has that impacted, other summer ball?
I don't know if it's really impacted us, because I feel that we do enough in the community and during the game to keep people involved and just aware and keep their attention. But I think it attracts more people that really aren't into baseball to come to a game, because like not everybody that likes basketball goes to a Globetrotters game. They just want to go see the Globetrotters.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's more about the entertainment and the dancing in the middle and all the crazy rules than the actual fundamentals of the game and having good players. So
that's a good comparison with the Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Where it's basketball, but is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's our goal, really. I mean, obviously we want to be successful on the field. We want to win games, but at the same time, we want to make experiences for people. We want people to come out to the game. And I think keeping people involved and active during the game makes the game almost secondary in a way. And it's just like 10 years from now, you're not going to remember the score of the game between the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dawgs and Utica Blue Sox. You remember, I remember so-and-so did the dizzy bat race, or I remember playing catch with the player.
Yeah.
That stuff like that. I think that's creating memories for years to come is mainly our goal.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, the players are amazing to these young kids that go there for like little league and stuff. And if, they're passing them balls to sign, and they're just so good to the youth in our area.
Yeah,
like
they are.
They're not.
It's pure baseball in that, these kids are not going to be, for the most part, first round major league prospects, right? They're not blue chip, full scholarship to your powerhouse D1 colleges, but they're close.
Yeah.
And so they, the appreciation of, we forget too that they're young. These are 18, 19-year-old kids.
That's what makes it fun to watch.
And only
they're
10
out
years
there
ago,
having fun.
6 years ago, they were in little leagues. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These guys are out there. We call them guys, but they're boys, and they're loving what they're doing, and it shows. Like, it's just a lot of fun to watch. And the kids love it.
So what are your goals for the season? What is you personally like? What does success look like for Jack in this role?
Success for me probably looks like by the end of the season, I want to feel that I have learned more than I did coming into the year. I mean, because obviously I've learned a lot at school, but you don't know what you know until you actually put it in the real world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
I could not relate more. Like being a teacher, like you sit through those methods classes or everything, but until somebody says, all right, do it. And I think it's so awesome that Travis is just letting you go with it.
Yeah.
And then if you need support from him, he's the type of guy that you could always go to ask him for it. But the fact that he is giving you ownership of those things, I think that's huge. I think that's going to be awesome. Favorite Diamond Dawgs memory for you so far? I mean, I'm sure you're going to make memories this year.
We can go back to, his childhood.
Probably when we were a kid, I remember playing catch with one of the players. I can't remember his name, but we were playing catch for a good probably 15 minutes. And then he was asking me about, if I like baseball, like my favorite baseball memories. And like as a 10-year-old kid, when you have a college baseball player, you think they're the pros, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they're talking to you like that, you think you're so cool. You think like they're so cool. That was one of my favorite memories. And then just being at the game itself, like watching the games. And I remember Joey DeSaro played for the Diamond Dawgs.
I was just going to ask you if you were at that game.
Yeah, I know. I remember watching him pitch was cool because like our families kind of know him too. That was always kind of cool to watch. And but now working for them too, it just makes that whole experience come full circle. And now I want to make those memories for other kids too.
That might have been the biggest crowd.
That was a huge crowd.
I don't know if it was a fireworks night or not, but when Joe pitched, there had to be 1,500, 2,000 people there that game.
Because everybody local showed up.
And he pitched like an animal.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it was like one of the best pitching performances that, I don't know. I don't want to speak for him, but probably of his career. I mean, he really dominated. But yeah, so you talked about a community a lot, and that's, really what this organization's all about. And so if you want to share like what type of player appearances happen, where they're going, and really just, how the community plays into the success of this team.
For appearances, the first two that we have, we do a lot a year, but the first two that we have on the schedule, the town of Herkimer is opening up a new park, and they're July 13th, I think, is like the grand opening of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they reached out to me asking if we can get some players to play baseball with the kids, maybe run like a little clinic. So obviously I said yes right away because that'd be a great way for the players to get out in the community and just, I mean, who really wouldn't want to play baseball with kids? You know what I mean? Doing what they love and just for volunteering, you know what I mean? And then another thing, the Catholic Charities, they want to have on a Monday in July, they want to have a couple of the players come up and just start up a baseball game, like a pickup baseball game with some of the kids.
Oh, that's neat.
And before, they're obviously going to do like a little clinic for some of the kids that don't have baseball experience. And then the next day, we're going to have them out to the game. All the kids are there. We're going to give them a bunch of tickets just to come out and then see those guys that they were just playing baseball with the other day play on the big field in front of everybody.
That's cool. I know obviously the schedule is packed with games, but are there camps, clinics? I know that he's done that before. I don't know if it's before the season or after the season, but
we have in the past. We don't have any scheduled at the moment. Obviously, I think we usually wait a bit because, like, especially with early June, there's always still so much rain from May that we do have a lot of games get rained out. And we're still having games get rescheduled and stuff too, just before the season's even started. So I think we're going to wait on those, but we always love to get involved in the community and get our players out there.
All right, let's talk about Travis for a minute. What does he bring the team that makes it so special?
He's done it for so long. He's been through every problem, I think. When I interviewed with him on the phone to like trying to get the position, he was like, I want you to do this, and I want you to know that you're going to screw up. Yeah. You're going to screw up big time a couple of times, but that's okay. It's all about learning. And that really like eased my nerves right off the get-go because I know that I can mess up, and it's okay if I mess up. The only thing he said is just don't cost me something that's going to take the team away from me. I said, I think I can handle that. Yeah. But yeah, he's been great. He brings a lot of experience to the table, and I'm really excited to be working with him.
Yeah, and he's just in a great spot he's got his own kids. He's involved with his community, with the schools.
He was a teacher for so long.
Now he's a principal. Yep. You know, I think him transitioning into being a principal was very natural for him because he just has that leadership quality about him. And to your point, you know, when you give someone permission to fail, within reason, but because they're inexperienced and trying and learning, right? That's all part of the process. And so, you know, to me, every year we go through, you know, as a sponsor, like, what do you want to do? And he's always like carte blanche. He's like, whatever you can think of, whatever you can dream up, whatever, you know, he's like, let's do it. Let's get crazy, you know? And I don't know if we've thought of anything too crazy, but.
Well, the most memorable Diamond Dawgs experience for us was when that crazy windstorm came through and we were all holding the Scott Great State Farm insurance.
Were you at that game?
I think so.
You would have been really little.
I think everybody came with us to that game and we were all huddled and we're like, get the kids to the middle of the tent.
The infield tarp was on the left field foul pole.
It was crazy.
It was like a scene out of The Wizard of Oz.
We got to find pictures of that. We definitely have them.
We got to dig up some old pictures.
All right, let's talk about pricing and affordability for the fan experience, just in case people don't know. What's the cost to attend a game? And
we are very affordable for anybody who wants to come to a game. At the door, we're about $10 a ticket. So, I mean, if say it's 5:30 and first pitch is at 6, you can easily drive up to the game, get in right away. We never going to turn anybody away at the door. We just want to make experiences for people. Again, we just want people to come to the park, maybe have a beer, grab some cotton candy, a hot dog, and just watch some baseball or just be with your friends. That's our goal.
Yeah, group tickets you talked about, and I know he does a ton. We talked about Baseball Buddies, where he partners with local little leagues, even like ASO Soccer. Talk about some other groups, because it's not just sports groups, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're involved. We have the Kiwanis coming out one game. We have ICANN. Their organization, Herkimer. We have them coming out. We love having nonprofit organizations come out to the games. We give them tickets for free because we're not going to charge a nonprofit organization, and they're going to spend enough money at the game anyway that we don't need an extra $10 per person for them. We just want them to come out to the game. We're going to shout them out during the game, draw people's attention to their organization. We also love having like American Legions out. We love supporting our veterans, having them out. Yeah, we just love having organizations that do well for the community. We love highlighting them at our games.
We've also had birthday parties there in the past. I think we had Connor's birthday party because Connor's June. Sorry. That was a really cool thing that we did for Connor was we had his birthday party there and they have the Sky Deck. Is that what it's still called?
The Skybox. Yeah.
The Skybox there. And all the kids thought they were super cool because it's right over the dugout and, you know, like it gives them a special spot.
Threw out the first pitch.
Yep. Connor got to throw out the first pitch. So there may be certain games that are available that if people want to rent it, they can do that.
We still have a lot of games.
That's awesome.
Skybox is available.
Skybox is a big deck that George Lumber in Little Falls built over the Diamond Dawgs dugout. And I will say, as an adult, that's one of the coolest things. You get to hear the players talking.
And all the kids get to
sometimes
hear
crap
too.
talking.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid up there a couple times hearing some words that I probably shouldn't have heard as an 8-year-old.
That's all part of the experience.
It's all part of the experience. It's all part of baseball.
And Travis and the kids that work there are fantastic. They bring hot dogs up and popcorn. And so it really is an awesome idea.
So if you're part of a group, I would also say corporate events.
Yep.
We've had team outings and customer appreciation days there in the past. It really is a
unique experience.
It's close by. It's easy in that you don't really need RSVPs, right? If 10 people show up, great. If 1,000 show up, like they can accommodate that too.
Exactly.
So really good group experience. So the home opener is Thursday, May 30th against the Albany Athletics. Gates open pretty much for every game at 5:30. First pitch is at 6:35. It's a Thursday, so Thirsty Thursday, is that still a thing?
Thirsty Thursdays are still here.
So let's talk about it. That's
great memories on Thirsty Thursdays.
How much for a beer on Thirsty Thursday?
I think it's $3 for beer.
I think I don't want to lower his prices here, but I think it's normally $3, right? He lowers it to $2, or maybe
it could be
post-COVID that's gone up. I don't know.
Everything's gone up. Let's not. You're going to get a deal if you show up on Thursday.
It's cheaper.
You definitely get a deal on adult drinks on Thirsty Thursdays and have a good time.
All right. Real quick, the Utica Blue Sox, right? So they're obviously the closest geographically. I don't know, maybe Amsterdam. No, probably Utica. Anyway, is there like a rivalry there?
On the field, probably yes. And I think both organizations try to hype it up too, just to get as many people out to the park as they can. Although Travis has always said, the owner of the Blue Sox and him, they're good friends. They know not to step on each other's toes. So like Travis isn't going to go after a sponsor in Utica, and same way they're not going to go after a sponsor in Herkimer too. So they have a good working relationship, and I think the rivalry on the field just generates more attention and more attraction to the game itself.
Well, ultimately, their goal is the same thing, is just to promote good baseball and help these kids, right? So they want to see each other's clubs do well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping to spice it up if there was some bad blood there.
Stop
it. Like the Syracuse Crunch and Utica Comets.
We haven't had any brawls in the last couple of years, so I don't think we have to worry anything like that.
I feel like this is going to be the year. Now that you're on board,
stop it.
Yeah,
this will be the year things go a little haywire.
Yeah, you know me, I always like to stir trouble.
All right, we always end these with our rapid fire 5 questions. We talked a lot about the Diamond Dawgs, rightfully so, but now we're going to get into Jack as the college student. We didn't prep you for this. Don't look at my paper. I came up with 6 questions because I couldn't just keep it to 5. So, what is something that pleasantly surprised you about your freshman year?
I can actually kind of live on my own. I was like going into it. I've done my own laundry for a couple of years, but going into it, I was like, can I live by myself? And within the first 2 weeks, I got a hang of it, like knowing when to eat. The same, like that stuff. Like,
crushing it. I know when to eat.
Yeah. And then, but at the same time, having nobody be on you about getting assignments done, getting stuff you need to get done. Yeah. Like I was able to keep track and like stay ahead of my assignments actually too, which really helped me out. And like when I would slack off, I could actually catch myself slacking off and almost yell at myself and be like, "What are we doing here? We need to get going." Like,
that's called intrinsic motivation, Jack.
It also took
you just do well for yourself.
It took me 3 years to figure that out at Fisher.
Scott, not so much. Scott kind of had a first rough 2 years at Fisher.
I rallied. But time management, I'll get aside. Time management is hands down the biggest lesson you'll learn being away at college.
Yep.
Without a doubt, yeah.
What's something you anticipated about college that was disappointing?
Obviously, I should have known, but like going into it, like we're not a major school. Like we're not like a Penn State. We're not a Michigan at St. John Fisher. So like the football games, I went to one. It was all right.
There's less people than at Frankfurt Schuyler game.
I think Frankfurt had more people at their homecoming game than one of our games. That was actually the only football game I went to, and funny enough, they played SUNY Cortland, ended up winning the national championship. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, they had two guys drafted in 2 or 3 drafted in the NFL. Cortland.
It was wild. Other than that, I mean, the school's perfect for me. It is. I mean, it's close enough to my grandparents. Rochester itself is just a great area in general for college kids, and met a lot of good friends out there so far too.
Awesome. The local high school graduation season is upon us. So if you're given one piece of advice to someone who's graduating this year, what would it be?
You need to take time and just look at what you're doing at this moment in time. Because I remember last summer, this summer flies with all the graduation parties, and then as soon as the graduation parties are done, you're like, oh, wow, I move into school in 2 weeks.
No.
But I think the big thing is like the summer after senior year is probably one of the best times in your life because you're done. You have no stress at the moment. You're waiting to go on one of the biggest journeys in your life. And Tyler will say the same thing. We had the best time last summer. And I think you just need to take time and just look at what you're doing and soak it all in for a minute.
Well, yeah. And the kids that you hang out with all through high school, like, don't take that. You're sort of forced to be together because you're in the same building and you've been together for so long that once you all go in your separate directions, you really only keep those relationships that are truly meaningful to you because you don't have enough time.
Yeah, no doubt.
For sure. So it's like, it's important that you spend time with the people that you're going to miss. Like,
exactly.
Because you're going different directions. All right. What's one restaurant or food establishment that you missed while you were in Rochester?
Probably Ventura's in Utica. The 315 is very well known, especially the Mohawk Valley for their Italian food. And I've always known that, but I didn't really recognize it until I went out to Rochester. And like, there was just nothing. There was really nothing that was like up to our standards here.
Yeah.
I mean, like we went to one Italian restaurant. My friend's like, wow, this is really good. And I was like, it's all right. I mean, I think Nona, shout out Nona, across the street from my house.
Yeah.
She makes some pretty good Italian food.
She makes a mean
There's a few
sauce.
Nonas
She makes
in
a mean
Frankfurt,
sauce,
yeah.
that's for sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
You're the second person. We just asked the previous guest that we had on, what's a off the beaten path, lesser known restaurant in the 315 that's your favorite? And she said Ventura's too.
Yeah.
So back to back shout outs to Ventura. I'll let you take the next one too.
What's better, a garbage plate or tomato pie?
I gotta stay loyal. I gotta go tomato pie.
I'm with you, Jack. I would pick the tomato pie.
Erroneous.
See, and Scott is
Erroneous.
a huge fan of the garbage plate.
Don't get me wrong. I love a garbage plate sometimes at school. I mean, me and my friends will go out and get one, but I mean, there's nothing better than some Roma's tomato pie at
I
a
agree.
graduation party.
You a burger guy or a hot dog guy?
Burger all the way.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't trust.
I never
don't
got the
trust
hot dog.
garbage plate people.
Just not
I
right.
don't trust people that they get fries instead of the potatoes too.
Yeah,
That's
home
weird.
fries. Gotta do it.
It's always gotta be home fries.
Yep.
All right, last one. We'll bring it home. What's one big pie in the sky dream or bucket list goal for your career? So big picture stuff. If when all is said and done, you were able to do this, what would that be?
Oversee the contract negotiations for the next Yankee great. That'd be awesome.
All right, we need him.
We do.
Whoever he is, we're gonna need him.
We're gonna need him soon.
Well, Jack, we're happy you came in. We're so excited that you have this opportunity with the Diamond Dawgs. And this is the kid that turned Tyler into a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
I did.
From kindergarten. They have been best friends, and that's why he's still a Steelers fan.
And Ty should thank him for that because
he would
him a lot of
be
egg.
miserable
If he
being a
followed-
Bills fan.
or a Dolphins fan.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Okay.
We're tied for Super Bowls since our kids were born. Since we were born, frankly.
Okay. Yeah,
in
you're
the
right.
70s.
You're right.
I have saved him from a lot of agony.
You
I think.
have,
Although
Jack.
We've had our fair share though as well.
How do people connect with you? Or the Diamond Dawgs, I should say.
The Diamond Dawgs, you reach out to either me or Travis by email. You can go to our website, mvdiamonddawgs.com, or on social media. I already said that.
Yeah.
Just reach out to us and we'll always get back to you.
Yeah, I would encourage you guys to check out a game or multiple games, get a group together, and come visit Jack and the Diamond Dawgs this summer. It really is a great time. So, Jack McMurray, Summer Intern. That's his title for the next 2 months.
Way to go, Jack.
Thanks for coming in, bud.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to another Love Living Local episode. Before you head out to support all things Central New York, we just have one ask of you. Please help us share the love we have for our community by sharing this podcast with a neighbor of yours. We truly appreciate you. In fact, you are one of the many reasons we love living local.